famous mathematician named Fermat, okay? Fermat, and he was like one of the greatest mathematicians of all time. There's all these cool stories about him, okay? One of his theorems said this. He discovered that if you take a number A, okay, and B have to be, they both have to be relatively prime, which you may not understand, but relatively prime means that A and N cannot be divided by the same number other than 1. So like, let's just say 7 and 12 are relatively prime because the only number you can divide them both by is 1. But 6 and 12 are not relatively prime because you can divide them both by 2 or 3 or 6, right? So those have to be relatively prime to each other, okay? Okay, here's what he discovered. If you take any number, right? Here's what he discovered. If you take a number to a power, there's a mistake here. Yeah. Let's do this one first. If you take a number and divide it by another number that is relatively prime to it, and this number is 1 less than it, okay? So we're doing 11 divided by 13. If this number is 12 up here, here's the coolest thing in the world. The remainder is always going to be 1. If 11 to the 12th power is divided by 13, the remainder is always going to be 1. So that works for anything. So if I did 31 divided by, let's say, 47, if this was to the 46th power, the remainder will always be 1, which is crazy, okay? I'm not going to go into the math of why that's true, but that is true, okay? So that's the first one. When this is n minus 1 divided by n, the remainder is always going to be 1. Now here's the other cool one. When they're the same, when the power and the number you're dividing by are the same, the remainder will always be whatever a is. And if it's plus 1, the remainder will be whatever a squared is. Okay, and I know that's kind of weird at first, but you'll see it. It's really fast. Okay, when they're the same, it's just 7. The remainder will be 7. If you memorize these, that's the easiest way to do it, okay? When this is 1 less, it'll always be 1. When it's 1 more, I think this is a mistake. Oh, yeah, this is a mistake. This should be 16, okay? There's some. Can you fix your book, please? I need to fix that on my notes. What page am I on, please? What page is this, someone?
23.
23.
23.
Example 3, right? Okay. All right. So don't look at any of the rest of that. So when this is 1 more, this is what you're going to do. Ready? You're going to take this number 7, you're going to square it, and you get 49. And when 49 is divided by 15, what's the remainder? Well, 49 divided by 14, 49 times 3 is 45, so the remainder would be 4. So the remainder is 4. Okay? All right. Let me do it again. I'm going to go